Welcome to Coffee and Tea with the Ladies of Berman. So with the upcoming holiday season, LaTanya and I decided to talk to everyone about driving under the influence. We're going to talk about the law and some of the misconceptions of driving under the influence. So LaTanya, what are some of the misconceptions of driving under the influence? Or talk about the law a little bit.
Sure. DUIs are charged in a judicial proceeding, which you go to court. But there's also something called an administrative proceeding, which is your statutory summary suspension, which means the Secretary of State has an action against you to take away your driver's license, where judicially they're trying to convict you criminally for driving while under the influence. So one is separate from the other.
So LaTanya, are you saying that if I get a DUI, I'll have two separate actions pending against me?
That is correct. Now, not everyone, Renee, will go through the Secretary of State or try to get their license back. But what occurs is once you get stopped for a DUI, if the officer finds that you were driving under the influence of alcohol or a drug, what they will do is give you a warning to motorists. This is a document. 46 days after you get that warning for notice for driving under the influence, the Secretary of State will send you a letter saying your license is suspended. That is separate from your judicial proceeding.
So you said the 46th day. That sounds a bit strange.
I know. I guess it's a notice situation where the Secretary of State, they have to give you some type of notice to let you know that they are taking your license from you. Driving is a privilege, so it's not a right that you have to have a driver's license, but the Secretary of State, they do give you notice. So there are a couple of things. You can be stopped for driving under the influence, not just because your blood alcohol is over 0.08 in the state of Illinois, but any amount of alcohol or drug. There are many ways they can charge it. What we try to say, Renee, the advice we would give clients is, please do not blow in the breathalyzer machine. Why? Well, one, we can get your license back probably through negotiation, or if there's some type of technical issue or some type of motion that we can run to challenge the stop, and that may get your license back. But if you blow into the breathalyzer and you are above that 0.08, then our defenses have diminished somewhat unless there's a technical issue. So in our opinion, and the advice we would like to give clients, do not blow in a breathalyzer. Do not do the field sobriety test. You may feel and think that you can pass their test. More likely than not, you cannot.
So LaTanya, I'm going to ask you two questions.
Sure.
One is, so are you saying that if one is pulled over, there's a choice in whether they would have to blow in the breathalyzer or not?
Absolutely. The only consequence, Renee, is that if you choose not to blow in a breathalyzer, your license for the statutory summary suspension is suspended for a year. If you do blow, then it's only suspended for 6 months. However, like I said before, we may be able to get around that. Renee and I are really good with DUIs, so sometimes we're able to negotiate it if there's a motion or some technical difficulty, or just in doing the negotiation, get your license back. So don't really worry about that so much. But if you blow and you are over the legal limit, you really hurt your case for the judicial side.
Now, LaTanya, what if when they're pulled over, they go into the police station, and although they didn't blow on the scene, the cop is really nice to them? What should they do?
Oh my goodness. Officers may try to be nice, they may try to be cordial, and we're grateful for the job that they do, but this is a legal proceeding. They are not meant to be your friends. So regardless of how nice they are, regardless of how accommodating they are, your rights, your constitutional right not to self-incriminate yourself, as in blowing into a breathalyzer machine, you should hold and say no.
So LaTanya, what would you advise a client or a potential person, although we at the Berman Law Group, we do not condone drinking and driving, but if you happen to be pulled over for drinking and driving, what would you have that person do?
One, do not blow in the preliminary breathalyzer machine or the one at the station. Two, do not do any field sobriety tests. 3, keep the conversation very short so that the officer can't say he smells and dish of alcohol. And 3, call the ladies of the Berman Law Group. Why?
Because we'll fight for you.